Those of you who recognize these ingredients in front of me know what's about to go down. It's Coquito season. I've shared this recipe before, but it was way back when. I didn't even have any lighting or anything. So we're gonna do it again. Right now, we're gonna make our tea, which is one of the bases of the flavors of Coquito. I have 2 tiny little pieces of ginger, and I'm gonna put them, this is 1.5 cups of water, okay? I have some anise, star anise. You can eyeball all of this. Just be mindful of the really strong spices like your ginger. And star anise is pretty strong too. So I'm going to put about 5 or 6 little pieces like that. Clove also, I'm going to put about that much. The palm of your hand, I want to say that's probably about a teaspoon's worth of clove. Cinnamon for me is different. I absolutely love cinnamon. Oh, okay. So I'm going to put about 4 sticks of cinnamon in here. Now I'm going to put this on the stove and let it come up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, I'm going to lower it down to a simmer and I'm just going to let it go for a little while. That's why I use 1.5 cups of water so that whatever evaporates, I don't really lose because you need at least a cup of that tea. Now I'm going to tell you this, you can switch out any of these things for any brand that you want. But each of these ingredients is a must, okay? The only way that you can switch this out is if you decide that you want to use like a coconut evaporated milk or a coconut sweetened condensed milk, which would make this lactose free. Other than that, non-negotiable right here, okay? Another non-negotiable for me is Coco Lopez. Listen, everybody has their own preferred cream of coconut, just like everybody has their own preferred way to make Coquito. This is my way, and in my house, it's Coco Lopez all day, every day. My tea is done. Now I'm going to put it through this little sifter just to make sure that, you know, any of those little bits don't get in it. You could absolutely do this by hand if you want to in a bowl, but the cream of coconut is a little lumpy, so I like to just throw it in the blender. We got our cream of coconut, we got our sweetened condensed milk, evaporated milk, and coconut milk. Shake them up. This is so satisfying to me. Last but not least, we pour in our tea. I like to add in a little bit of ground cinnamon and some vanilla extract. I only have about 1.5 teaspoons or so left in this bottle, so I'm just gonna put that in. And if you saw my last video, you saw that I got these incredible carafes that are perfect for our Coquito right here on the TikTok shop. They're in my showcase. In my house, the kiddos love Coquito too, so I always like to make sure that I set some aside without alcohol for them. Now for the adults. We're opening her back up because if you know, it's about to go down. But wait, there's more. My favorite thing to do is a mixture. Now you could use any kind of rum that you want, any brand that you want. I've even seen people use Hennessy in here, but this is what I prefer. I'm gonna start off with about 1/4 cup of each, okay? But the alcohol, honestly, is measured with your heart, okay? You put the alcohol in, you taste as you go, you decide what you want to put in here when it comes to this. And then just give it a stir. Freaking phenomenal, if I do say so myself. If you like your Coquito a little bit more on the thicker side, you can always add another cream of coconut, another Coco Lopez. I don't like it too thick, but again, that's a personal preference. I also like to add a little cinnamon stick inside. These carafes also came with these little tie things. I don't know where my chalk pen is, or I would be writing on here what this is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it just like this so that I know that the one with the tag on it is for the kids. Those 2 half-empty bottles were driving me crazy, so I decided to make these both an adult batch. And I'm going to go ahead and make my daughter her own separate batch. But there you go. Coquito is ready. Pouring the little bit that I had left over here over my nugget ice. Oh, this is going to be so good. Cheers, mi gente. So good. Merry Christmas.